The Buenos Aires Herald is an English-language daily newspaper from Buenos Aires, Argentina. The slogan is "A world of information in a few words." History. Under the original name of the Buenos Aires Herald, it was founded on 15 September 1876 by Scottish immigrant William Cathcart. At first it consisted of a single sheet with advertising on the front and mostly shipping coverage on the back. When Cathcart sold the paper a year later, it changed from a weekly to a daily format, focusing on more typical newspaper content, but always with a large shipping section. It fast became the main source of local information for the English-speaking population of Buenos Aires. In 1925, the Ruggiero brothers, Junius Julius and Claude Ronald, bought the paper. The Evening Post Publishing Company from Charleston, South Carolina, United States, purchased a controlling interest in Junius Ruggiero's holdings in 1968. In 1998, the Evening Post Publishing Company became the sole owner of the newspaper. Starting on 15 December 2007, the Argentine businessman Sergio S. Polsky bought the newspaper and added it to his multimedia holdings. Almost a year later, S. Polsky sold it to Amfan, which publishes the financial newspaper Ambito Financiero. During the military dictatorship in Argentina of the Buenos Aires Herald, under the direction of the British journalist Robert Cox, was the only local media that told the story of the forced disappearances of people from the opposition to the regime. Due to this, Cox was detained for a while and his family received threats, and an attempt to kidnap his wife was made. This forced him to leave the country with his family in 1979. Columnist Eric Ehrman wrote for the paper during the transition from dictatorship to democracy under the editorships of Dan Newland, James Nielsen and others. His articles discussed the proliferation risks associated with the controversial Condor medium-range guided missile system being built by Argentina, and Iraqi Ba'ath Party strongman Saddam Hussein along with European companies, and controversial dual-use issues that caused Argentina to ratify the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. Ehrman was simultaneously writing columns about Southern Cone politics for the American Christian Science Monitor and National Review. The newspaper's opposition against the military regime between 1976 and 1983 led to constant threats. Staff writer Andrew Graham Yole was forced into exile. At the time, Yole was simultaneously writing for the British Daily Telegraph. Yole returned to the Buenos Aires Herald as editor-in-chief in 1994. In January 2015, Damian Pachter, a journalist for the Herald's online version, broke the news of prosecutor Alberto Nisman's death to the country on Twitter. Nisman died in mysterious circumstances the day before he was set to give details at Congress regarding his legal charges against President Cristina Fernández de Kirchner for allegedly covering up the investigation into the 1994 AMIA Jewish Community Center bombings. Pachter's source remains unknown, and the journalist fled Argentina for Israel subsequently, saying he feared for his life. Journalists at the Journal redaction office informed that they never heard accusations from Pachter of he being threatened and that he simply left its work at the Journal alleging health problems. Format. The Buenos Aires Herald has a Berliner format, and depending on the day of the week, it comes with supplements. On Sunday, a Sunday supplement with a view to the events of the past week includes an analysis of the events of the week and commentary from the Buenos Aires Herald's staff. World Trade covers foreign commerce news and maritime issues related to commerce.